has forbidden everything that harms the body and the mind and saps the strength. Everything that is harmful to the person is not permitted. Allah says in the Qur'an, "O you who believe, intoxicants and gambling and Al-Ansaab and Al-Azlaam, arrows for seeking luck or decision, are an abomination of Shaytaan, Satan's handiwork. So avoid that in order that you may be successful." When considering the world's worst killers, alcohol likely doesn't come to mind, yet alcohol kills more than 3 million people worldwide each year, including drink driving, alcohol-induced violence and abuse, and a multitude of diseases and disorders. Alcohol causes 1 in 20 deaths globally every year. Alcohol kills 1 person every 10 seconds worldwide. Alcohol causes some 3.3 million deaths in 2012, equivalent to 5.9% of the global deaths, more than AIDS, tuberculosis and violence combined, and it is on the rise. The US alcohol epidemic. In the US alone, there are over 88,000 deaths each year traced to alcohol use. Alcohol is associated with the most lethal violence. It's involved in more homicides than pretty much every other intoxicating substance combined. Surveys show people incarcerated for violent crimes indicates that about 40% had been drinking at the time they committed these offences. Drinking is especially common amongst perpetrators of specific crimes including murder, sexual assault and intimate partner violence. Alcohol is the #1 drug of choice for America's young people and is most likely to kill young people than any other illegal drug combined. Each day, 7,000 kids in the United States under the age of 16 take their first drink. Those who begin drinking before the age of 15 are 4 times more likely to develop alcoholism than those who begin at the age of 21. More than 1,700 college students in the US are killed each year, about 4.65 a day, as a result of alcohol-related injuries. Underage alcohol costs the US nation an estimated $62 billion annually. The second highest killer in alcohol-related deaths was drink driving globally. A survey in 178 countries finds that 30 to 40% of road deaths are caused by alcohol-related incidences, such as car crashes, pedestrians knocked down and killed. If you think liver disease and car crashes are the only health risks posed by drinking, think again. Researchers have linked alcohol consumption to more than 200 diseases, including liver cirrhosis and some cancers, affecting nearly every part of the body. When alcohol is consumed, approximately 20% of it is rapidly absorbed into the bloodstreams, and the rest is absorbed whilst it gets processed through the gastrointestinal tract. Once alcohol enters the bloodstream, it can diffuse into almost every biological tissue into the body, because cell membranes are highly permeable to alcohol. Here is a list of conditions linked to drinking alcohol. The brain shrinking. As people age, the brain shrinks on average at a rate of about 1.9% per decade. That is actually considered normal, but drinking speeds up the shrinkage of certain key regions in the brain, resulting in memory loss and other symptoms of dementia. Structural damage to the brain resulting from chronic alcohol abuse can also be observed in different ways. Results of autopsies show that patients with a history of chronic alcohol abuse have smaller, less massive and more shrunken brains than non-alcoholic adults of the same age and gender. The findings of brain imaging techniques such as CT scans consistently show an association between drinking and physical brain damage, even in the absence of chronic liver disease or dementia. Brain shrinking is especially extensive in the cortex of the frontal lobe to the location of higher cognitive faculties. Repeated imaging of a group of alcoholics who continued drinking over a 5-year period showed progressive brain shrinkage that significantly exceeded normal age-related shrinkage. Moreover, the rate of shrinkage correlated with the amount of alcohol consumed. Drinking increases the risk of cancer. Cancer sites linked to the alcohol include that of the mouth, the pharynx, which is also known as the throat, the larynx, the voice box, the esophagus, liver, breast, and colorectal regions. Anemia. Drinking causes the number of oxygen-carrying red blood cells to the body be abnormally low. Cirrhosis. Alcohol is toxic to the liver cells, and many drinkers develop cirrhosis. Depression. A large study from New Zealand showed that heavy drinking led to depression. Seizures. Drinking can cause epilepsy and can also trigger seizures, even in people who don't have epilepsy. Gout, a painful condition. Although some causes are largely hereditary, alcohol and other dietary factors seem to play a role. Alcohol also seems to aggravate existing cases of gout. High blood pressure. Alcohol can disrupt the systemic nervous system. Infectious diseases. Drinking suppresses the immune system, providing a toehold for infections, including tuberculosis, pneumonia, HIV, AIDS, and other sexually transmitted diseases, including some that have caused infertility. Drinking is associated with a 3-fold increase in the number of contracting a sexually transmitted disease. Nerve damage. Drinking causes a form of nerve damage known as alcoholic neuropathy. Pancreatitis. In addition to causing stomach irritation, which is also known as gastritis, drinking can inflame the pancreas. Chronic pancreatitis interferes with the digestive processes, causing severe abnormal pain and persistent diarrhea. Drinking attacks the heart, the liver, the breasts, the stomach, the bones, and the immune system. Cardiovascular disease. Drinking, especially binging, makes platelets more likely to clump together into blood clots, which can lead to a heart attack or even stroke. Drinking causes the liver to accumulate fat, also known as fatty liver. Fatty liver can also lead to the inflammation of the liver, which is also known as hepatitis. Alcohol consumption raises the risk of breast cancer. Research suggests that as much as 1 drink a day can increase breast cancer. Alcohol creates irritation and inflammation in the stomach lining, which can lead to ulcers and bleeding of the stomach lining. When the stomach lining is severely torn, it can lead to anemia. The calcium is necessary for strong, dense bones. When alcohol is consumed, it acts as a diuretic and flushes calcium from the bones, making them weaker and more susceptible to fractures. Drinking weakens your immune system, making your body a much easier target for diseases. Globally, Europe is the region with the highest consumption of alcohol per capita, with some of its countries having particularly high consumption rates. The world's top 10 consumers of alcohol. Number 1, Belarus. Number 2, the Republic of Moldova. Number 3, Lithuania. Number 4, the Russian Federation. Number 5, Romania. Number 6, the Ukraine. Number 7, Andorra. Number 8, Hungary. At 9, the Czech Republic and Slovakia. And 10, Portugal. Drinking in populous China and India is rising particularly fast as people earn more money. Still, Eastern Europe and Russia are home to the world's biggest drinkers. Russian men who drink consumed an average of 32 litres of pure alcohol a year, according to 2010 statistics, followed by the Western countries including Europe, Canada and the United States, including Australia and South Africa. Allah has forbidden alcohol in the Qur'an. Allah says, "In them is a great sin, and some benefits for men, but the sin is greater than their benefit."